Hello everyone, this is Cinema.
And this is Johannes.
And you're watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And today we're taking a look at Skara Brae. This is a new game from Garfield Games that they sent to us, so thank you so much for that. In this video, we're going to talk about this game. Is it good? Is it fun? Will you like it? Did we like it? Can you drink it? So let's answer the first question first. Can you drink this game?
That was the last question, so
yes,
we're going
let's
to answer that at
question.
the end of the
Yes,
video.
So you have to wait.
Tuned.
Stay tuned for the great reveal if you can drink this game. But first, subscribe because you can do it and it's amazing and helps us out. Blah, blah, blah. YouTube stuff. Let's talk about Skara Brae.
Yeah.
Skara Brae, very brief overview, goes like this. In this game, you're going to play 4 rounds. In each round, you're going to play 3 turns. Each turn is going to look something like this. There's going to be 1 card more than a number of players. When you're playing a 2-player game, there's also a dummy player. It's
dun,
not...
dun, dun.
Yes. Looks like this. The dummy player is up, and the dummy player is going to do something very simple. Just going to discard the card. That's the way to the left. Super simple dummy player. Already explained that. I can already say, I like that dummy player.
Yeah.
One of the easiest dummy players to implement, and it makes the game better. Then it's blue player's turn, which is me now. I never play blue, but I guess I do it in this overview. Yeah. And I'm going to pause. So when I pause, I go over there. And I don't get to do anything.
You could choose not to pause.
I could, but I chose to pause in this overview. Then the red player is going to take something that's usually me, but this time it's someone else taking that card. And then it's blue player. And blue player is, for example, going to take this card. Then you're going to take the card that you picked. If you picked a person card, you're going to place it under the row that has the same color. If you picked another kind of card, for example, a tent, you're just going to place it under your player board and it's going to do different things. Most of the cards are people cards, so most of the time you're going to play those. So I play that over there, and I'm going to get income. I'm going to get one, what is it called? Wheat. I almost said corn, because it's almost the same in Norwegian. 1 wheat per of these cards symbols I already have. So right now I would have gotten 1 wheat, which I place right in here into my resource area. And then I get to do this action if I want to. I could have changed this wheat for 2 wool. I will choose not to do that. After that, I will take my workers. In the first round, you're going to have 1 worker. In the second round, you're going to have 2. Guess how many you get in round 3? It's 3. And guess how many you get in round 4? It's 4. And you're going to place them. So you're going to place it somewhere. For example, I will place there. I will get to do the action on that card or on that site. Let's say I will go here. I want to cook some food. I'm going to cook this fish. I could cook more, but in this example, I'm just going to cook food. So I have 4 points. I will use 2, and I will get a food and some bones. But what happens now? I don't have any space for my resources.
Oh no.
Oh no, what happens? I get more space. Haha! That is great. Very easy to upgrade your space. So just have all the resources in the world, right? No, because the more resources you have, at the end of the round, you're going to get this. I'm just going to call it garbage. It's not called garbage in the game. That's what we call it when we played it. So you're going to place that all over here.
It's midden.
Midden! That's the one. That's more... I like that word.
Midden.
And then you will get negative points at the end of the game. There are ways to get this down, but if you take it too much down, it's just going to go up again because you're going to get more resources. You're going to continue doing that. You will try to move on these tracks. You will upgrade the different abilities that you have, which makes them better and give you some more victory points for them. You're going to continue doing that for 4 rounds, and at the end of each round, you have to feed your people. So you have to feed 1 food per person you have, -1 per tent. So let's say it's the end of the round right now. I have a tent, and I have, let's say I have these 2. I need to pay how many food? 2?
2, -1.
Yes.
So 1. And you do
and
have that.
It. If I didn't have it, people would start dying, which is not nice. After 4 rounds, you're going to get points. You're going to get points for the upgrades you have. You're going to get points for the people you have. You're going to get points for the tracks. And you're going to get some negative points for the midden. And if you have all too much of a resource space.
I'm going to ask the question that I think you're all are wondering.
Yes.
Why on earth would you pause?
Oh!
Why would you pause?
Because you will be earlier in the next round.
Aha!
It's a great
Cool
mechanism. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a great... that was a good segue into the gameplay part. I like that mechanism. It's one of my favorite pausing mechanisms I've seen lately.
Yeah, I really liked it because when you think like, I'm fine with whatever cards I get here, but the next round, I'm not fine with it, and then I want to pause. And if you want to like secure being the first next round, then you really have to be the first and just pause.
Question for you.
Yeah.
How many resources, different kinds, are in this game?
More than 10.
Yes, less than 52.
Yes.
So
16
yes.
to be exactly
That's
correct.
true.
I think that is the record for
Yes.
most resources in the game that we've played.
Probably somewhere there's more, and probably there might be like, oh, I forgot that one. But I remember I opened this game, I was like, there's just like another bag and another bag and another bag
There's
and
so
another
many
bag.
different resources.
And it's just like so many resources, all of them. And this game is all about resource management. It's a resource management game, basically. Like both in that you're managing your resources, but also managing your resource spaces.
Oh, and I think the theme is so cool in this game because this is
What is
pretty
theme?
thematic.
I don't understand.
Yeah, because the people that this is about,
That lived in Skara Brae.
yes, they made these huts from garbage, basically.
The midden.
Yeah.
From generations ago.
Yes, which is really cool. So I think I really love the theme, and also it's very interesting mechanically that you have to manage your resources, not to have it like up here and then you get more midden and just like it's out of control.
I feel like this is what makes the game interesting. Without that, if you just were getting resources and changing them into other things, we've done that so many times before, and it wouldn't be kind of interesting at all.
Yeah.
Another thing this game does greatly is that it gives you kind of it's not fake, but it gives you like it's a real feeling of progression, but also a fake feeling of progression. Because it's like it's building up in a nice way, like it's a great build up.
I really like it.
Because in the first round, you're going to have one worker.
Yes.
And every time you do get a card, you also get to place all your workers. So in the first round, one.
Yeah.
You get to do one thing. You're going to work hard only to feed your people. But then next round, you're going to get double the actions. And then next round, you're going to get a fish. That was what I had. You got another worker and then a fourth worker. And you get to do more and more stuff.
Yeah, I really like that because, as you said in the beginning, you will do so few things, but you have less people to feed as well. And at the end of the game, it's really fun because in between every card, you can be like, oh, I want to do all of this stuff. And you can do almost all of this stuff. So you feel like you are playing an engine builder, kind of. That the game has engined for you, but even below.
I know you don't agree with me 100%, but we play this game with 4 players. And I don't understand why this game goes to 4 players. Because this game is a 99.99% multiplayer solitaire. The only thing that is not is the drafting of the cards.
Yeah.
And that is interesting, but when you get the dummy player, you kind of get the same. I like that part more with more people. But other than that, you're just doing the things. And even in the rule book, it's saying that you're not doing it simultaneously. So like if you were to play by the rule book, if I don't remember wrong, you would wait for the people to do their actions.
No, thank
but
you.
we just drafted the card and started doing the actions.
Yes.
Because I don't care. Because it doesn't change what I do.
Yeah, what you do here is completely
Anything.
uninteresting to me because it doesn't affect me in any way. I would like to see kind of what cards you're going for here.
Yes.
To see if you are looking for the same cards to draft as I am. That's where the interaction stops, basically. I
wouldn't call that interaction. I would call that looking at other players.
Yes, but the draft is the interaction in this game. I do think that the draft is more interesting with more than 2 players, but I think the dummy is a good dummy that solves it. But I think that when we played it with, for example, 4 players...
Yeah, good example, because we did that.
We did that.
Yes.
Then it was more tension. Should I pause? Are you taking that? Because I know the dummy player. I know what the dummy player is going to do. He's going to take the leftmost card.
Yes.
So it's more interesting with more players. And also, when you play this game simultaneously, adding more players shouldn't take more time. It will if you're playing with slower players than yourself, but this isn't a game that will be endlessly long when you play it with 4 versus 2.
But also I would like to, if I have people around the table, to actually play a game with them and not just not play a game with them.
That's right.
And it's weird because if you know us, we love a lot of multiplayer solitaire games, but I feel like some games like this and a few others especially games with simultaneous play, it takes the level of multiplayer solitaire, which we knew like 5-6 years ago, to another level where it's basically a solo game with a little mechanism on the side where you do something together. So I remember when we used to call, and it still is, 100%, Coast of Burgundy, multiplayer solitaire game. For example, you do mostly your puzzling out here, but you're drafting from the same pool.
Yes.
And other games, but I care about what you do. Because it affects me in a little, like I don't have indirect interaction with you, but I'm drafting from the same pool. Yeah. I'm doing the same. I have an interest in what's going on with you. And I love a lot of multiplayer solitaire games. I love a lot of games where because I would care about what you do. But here, everything is happening on my board. I don't interact with you at all, except for the cards. So it's not affecting me.
Yeah.
After I take that card, I don't care. And it's not really a negative thing, but it's kind of one of those where, for me, I know other people have other feelings, but for me, it makes no sense to play this game with more than 2 people.
I'm just thinking...
Cinema.
Yes, thank you. Because in Castle of Burgundy, I'm just going to take this as a random example.
Yes.
You are doing so quick turns because you have 2 dice, you do this, bam, boom. And in this game, you do the drafting thing, which affects you.
Yes.
And then you do, like, in the first round, you're playing 1 worker. Okay, easy. You could do that by turn because it takes very short time.
Yes.
But then when you're in round 4, it takes a little while doing the 4 actions because you're thinking about, okay, I'm spending a bit there. You have like a gazillion or 16 different resources that you have to manage. Like, so if you had a game where you put 1 worker, it would be fun to play it like in the round, not simultaneous, but this would be really boring to look at the other players thinking about where to place their 4 workers.
Yes.
That's just my point. I don't know where the sentence was going.
I agree.
Is it an argument? I don't know.
Like,
it's facts.
Makes it a solo game, kind of.
Yeah, kind of is.
Because if I don't care at all what you're doing, why am I doing it? But I would always, because I don't like solo games, I would always like to have one other player to play against because then I care. But enough about that. That could be like another video about what is multiplayer solitaire.
Yeah.
So I enjoy the puzzle.
I do too.
And we enjoy like a good puzzle, like good optimization puzzle. I enjoy that here as well. Like you're trying to do things in the right order. As always in games where you have to feed your people, you're trying to put yourself in a position where you can also do other things.
Yeah, get points. Just, in addition to feeding your people and keeping them happy.
Yeah, because it's very easy if you are playing this and not playing optimal to get in a position where you need to just make food.
Yeah.
And try to get, how do I get that new animal that I can then make food from and do these things.
And you do kind of the same things every time you play this game. You are managing the resources. You are trying to get some kind of food to feed your people. You're trying to get the resources that it says over here so you can upgrade those spaces. And you're trying to clean away the midden and so you get that under control. And you're trying to upgrade this scoring and you're trying to upgrade this scoring. So the only thing that is different from and also how you play and what kind of the resource that you will get the most of and stuff, you will have one special site, an ability.
Yeah.
It costs the same for everyone, but it does something different. I wouldn't say that it changes the game a lot. No. I would say it changes it a little bit. You can even play the whole round just ignoring that ability, and you can do a bunch of other stuff. But I feel like it's not a game where I'm just like, wow, I'm playing a whole different game now. It's a lot of variability. I don't feel that way about this game.
No, I feel like the variability is very low. Like I'm feeling, and we haven't played, I couldn't imagine playing this 10 times. I have, spoiler alert, fun when I play it, but I couldn't imagine like going back to it and play it. Maybe as a solo game, if I was a solo player, because I was just like trying to do that solo thing.
Yeah,
but
that solo
thing. But the thing is that, and there's just nuances, and there's sometimes a strategy where you won't do this thing or that thing, but some of the buildings I feel like I'm going to upgrade that every time. I'm going to try to upgrade as many buildings as I can. And then the order is always going to be this one, which gives me this ability, and then this one, and then this one. The order might be slightly different, but I'm doing the same thing. As you said, you're doing this, and it's not like, because when you upgrade this, you get more points for people. but except for like 1 or 2 of these abilities, there's no way to just get more. It's no, you're gonna draft at least maximum of 3 each round. So maybe if you go heavy for this, you try to draft that every round, but then you need more food, so then you don't do that strategy.
I've played strategies rounds of the game where I've upgraded this to the max, and I've played where I just I ignored it, and I maxed this out, or I tried something else, and so you can do like different directions. You don't have to play
exactly the same
things. But it's
still
kind of the same puzzle.
Yeah, and it's not giving me like, oh, it was so exciting to go for this track instead of this track. That game.
That's true.
It changes like a tiny bit, but like, oh, that was super duper cool. So, who do you think is gonna like this game?
I think
board gamers.
I think if you're into resources, this is a game for you. It has the most.
Yes.
Just the most.
Simply
it's
the most.
Best.
Yeah.
And it's like a ridiculous amount of resources. But if you like the resource management, if you think this sounds cool. This is the thing that I think is cool about this game.
If you like solo puzzles, like if you play solo, I think it would be great. If you want a game that's gonna be like, this is obvious if you watched everything else, but this is more like a kind of a little bit of a summation. If you want a game that's gonna be like for your 4-player gaming group, where you get to have a lot of fun and laugh and do things, this is not a game. This is a game. We played it 90 minutes.
Fun
yes, you can have fun. No, yes, but it's like it's not a game that
again and again and again
makes it's not a game that makes you feel like, oh, it's more like I played a game. I was like, oh, there's people here.
Okay,
I forgot
it's not a social game.
I forgot I have friends. No, but even if I play like a dry Euro game, I engage with the players on the table.
Not always.
No, but sometimes I sit like this, but then I do my action and I talk about it and we talk about it and you do your action and I care. Here, I sit with my face down and I don't care about the other players and I don't mind when I'm 2.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't play with 4. That's like where I was going to go.
Okay,
so
let's
do some final thoughts.
Yes.
Do you want to begin?
Yeah, I think you can have fun with this game.
Yes.
I certainly did.
Yes.
It seems like you... well, I guess I understand what you mean. It just sounded funny. I think the resource management, as I already spoke about, is really clever. And I also think that the game is just like, it's fun to play. I think it's fun trying to do the actions at the right time, so I don't... for example, if I don't want this to go up here, I should spend these resources on an action or 2 before I get more resources. You're trying this push and pull throughout the game. And also, I really like the escalation where you get more and more workers. So at the end of the game, I think it's really fun. Like, the last round is the most fun when you have 4 workers and you do it like 3 times the worker placement with the workers, so you get to do 12 actions the last round, which is really cool. And I just have fun when I play it. I agree the variability isn't high, but I enjoy it either way, so I'm going to give it a 7.
Skara Brae is good. Garfield games is very much up and down for me. Some other games I love. I haven't really played any except for one, which I really didn't like. That's an old one. But I like most of their games. Some I really like, some I like. This is in the like category.
Yeah.
I really like this.
Yes.
I really like the resource management and the pausing mechanism. Those are my 2 favorite things about the game. The rest of the game is fun. I wouldn't, if somebody said, let's play this, I would say, are we 2 people? They would say no, I would say, I won't play it. But if it said with 2 people, I would say, okay. If they forced me, I would play it anyway and just be quick. But the thing, and that's not really, it seems like I've been very negative about that. And I am less and less. I never enjoyed simultaneous play games because I don't enjoy games usually where I don't know what the other people are doing.
Yeah.
And if I had to wait for what you were doing, it would be the most boring thing ever. So it's not engaging me in that way, and that is one of the reasons this is just a good game for me. For me, I'm gonna land this on a 6.5. I think it's good. I wouldn't run out and buy it, but it's also not bad. So that is the end.
Yes.
If you watched, subscribe. Free. Now. Buy.
And also, can you drink this game? No.
No. We didn't try. The blender broke. I'm Johannes.
I'm Sunniva.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye-bye.